We are coming to you live from the All Done Studios. Yo, for real though, one day we're gonna have All Done Studios. So I'm gonna say something, cause it don't mean something to a lot of you, but it means something to some of you. When it comes to this gaming world and this gaming life and this, we play Madden and all that fun stuff or whatever, right? I'm better than a lot of y'all. And it's at least, 500. And a lot of y'all, I am flat out, I'm better than you. And, we can talk whatever talk we want to talk, but when it comes down to it, I'm better than you. And I want y'all to know that. And like I've been saying lately, the pods it's meant for is going to reach it. The ones who it's not meant for, let it fly. But I'm letting y'all know I'm fucking better than you. But my brother just joined the live, so what's good, my brother?
You ain't here, chat. You ain't here, chat. Who you talking about? Why don't you say a name?
I'm not talking about
No,
nobody. I'm
no,
just
no,
letting a
no.
lot of people
Just
know
go
because
ahead and say a name.
I'm
What you
not
want?
saying
What
no
you want?
names. I'm
Why
not saying
not?
no names
Why
because
not? Why
it's
don't
not
you?
one particular person.
I mean, but you could say a name though,
I can say a
especially
lot
if
of
it's Maddox,
names.
bro. Come on, man. I will then say it.
I'm not,
Speak, speak your
they know.
piece,
I
kid.
spoke to him on Facebook today.
Speak your
Sent
piece,
out the
kid.
gamer tag, so I'm just
Okay.
letting you know.
All right.
I'm not talking to our tight circle, so the Belgrade Bros. We
I already
spar, we
know what it
play.
is over here. I already
We
know what's
spar, we
going
play. I'm
on.
not talking to my circle because my circle is whatever. We
You
play. We're
already
gonna talk
know.
our shit.
You
But a
already
lot of you
know.
other motherfuckers, I'm better than you, and I want it
Not
to be
the
known.
the video game smoke is
No,
always great.
I just I'm just letting people know I'm better than you. That's all. That's all. It's good, bro.
That's what you letting them know. You letting them know, yo, it's all good, family. Another pleasure, peace, love, and reparations to my
I
brother
like
here.
that. I like that energy. Yeah, my face. You can't see my face. Y'all know y'all gotta see my face, my eyes.
Do we see if we see your face, bro? We
Yeah,
got
I
it.
meant to have my glasses on today, but I left them in the truck again. So you know how that goes. I just make sure I don't leave them at home for work. But yo, welcome to the All Done Podcast. I am DJ Shakes, the chosen one. That's my brother Tracy. Tracy, how you
Yo,
doing?
man, I'm chilling, living, maintain. I've seen some interesting things this week, so I'm excited to chop it up with my brother about the state of our society.
Oh man, nah, man, that's a fact. That's a fact. How's your week though? Before we get into our talk, how was your week, bro? What you been? I haven't seen you since Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Nah, didn't we chop it up? Oh, maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't.
I
No,
mean,
we
not in front of the
no.
family. We chop it up. We chop it up how we chop
Yeah,
it up.
yeah,
But
yeah. You're right. So we haven't chopped it up since Wednesday. Yeah. So my week has been calm. Maybe like last week I wanted to tell the story. Maybe 2 weeks ago, but there was an incident. The place I work at, one of the places I work at a few places.
yeah.
One of the places I work at, there's a Asian population there, heavy Asian population there, and there was these two Asian girls, students who came up to me and they did the whole white chicks. What a beautiful chocolate
What
man,
a
and like
beautiful chocolate
and
man.
like and like ran off, and so like it was funny, but I didn't know if I was supposed to be offended. So it was
Nah,
two
you're supposed
Asian.
to be offended. I mean, listen, no. Here's the thing. You're a beautiful chocolate man, my brother.
All right, I
So I gotta
appreciate
give
that.
you that. So
Yeah,
somebody
thank you.
tell you that, let's give them grace and say they was coming with love. They was trying to get
It
some whole,
did. See, and these
football
two.
folly shit going on.
Again, these are two at this place that I work. These two Asian students, I've seen them. I know them. They say good morning. It's not. We don't have a malicious relationship. So when they did that, and then the little girl like ran back into the room where she was doing what she was doing, I was just
Thank you.
like, damn, like I don't understand what was.
You
It
should have
was
said, yo,
interesting.
what's some fine Asian butter? Something. I don't know,
I
I
had
told you,
nothing.
you out here on the
I
market.
had nothing to say, and I wish you would stop saying that. But I had nothing to
I
say
told
in
you we're
the.
gonna start a show, yo, how to date a prosperity man,
Come on, we could
starring
do
Tracy
that.
Branch. You feel me?
Sounds like a bachelorette vibe for
Hey,
our vision,
fuck it.
which is fire. But yeah, that
They
happened to
first
me
date could
maybe
be to
like
my wedding. Y'all first date could be to my wedding. That
that
first
happened
girl
to me
date.
like a week or so ago, and so I wanted to tell the ADP family, but I don't want y'all to judge me, right? And thinking that I was letting people get that off if it was on some malicious shit. But I thought it was funny, and I think
I
it speaks
knowing
to
where you
our
work,
connectedness. It speaks to our connectedness though as a society.
yeah,
And
no,
that's my point of telling the
that's a
story. Is
fact.
that
But knowing where you work, it was on some. you know, childhood crush type thing, you know. So
Maybe
you
I
gotta,
take that.
you gotta just shrug it off like how they don't know no better. Sometimes you
I
gotta.
wouldn't say.
Sometimes people don't know no better.
I didn't think it was malicious. And again, like I said, it was. There is a deeper meaning. We'll get into the
So,
podcast and talk about why the story is relevant.
did
But
you know? Did you circle back and run down to see what the vibes was? Because they were legal, of course.
what my man say, I'm a professional. I'm a professional.
Who said
I'm
that?
a I'm a professional. You remember that movie with Denzel where he was killing on the? I think it was Man on Fire. He was killing all the dudes, and every time he would kill one, they would be like, I'm a professional. Don't kill me. And he would be like, I'm a professional. Like, yeah, I'm a professional, bro. I'm a professional. I don't.
I mean,
I'm a
okay.
professional.
So you don't shit when you eat type vibes.
I'm just a professional. Like I don't really,
Okay, I was just
I
asking.
don't
I
even
was
want to.
asking. You know,
I
did
no
you circle
longer.
the block?
Let's put it this way. I no longer even want to eat. Fuck the food. I'm good. I
I
don't want to eat
respect.
no more. I'm straight.
I definitely
I'm
respect it, and
straight.
I'm not mad at it. So no smoke. I was just asking, to see the vibes. But hey,
How was
all
your
right. Them
How
do they
was your
thing.
week? What we talking about to start
Man,
this
it
thing
was
off?
cool. You know me, weekends football practice. We only had practice one day, so thanks to that. But we had bad winter weather. Here in Jackson.
Can you stop? Can you stop?
What's
What is bad?
up?
What is bad winter
I
weather
mean,
in
for
Jackson?
us, it looks like all right. So we don't actually get heavy snow, but we
Exactly.
get that snow ice mix. Like, so
What was the
we're
degrees?
not.
Give me the
We're,
degrees.
well, today it was 11. So
That ain't. Come on, son.
okay.
Come on.
So we're not equipped to handle stuff like that. So
Yeah.
when I woke up yesterday morning, my whole street was just iced over the whole street.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can drive
Y'all don't have
on snow.
trucks. Trucks,
I mean, very
sands.
few. It's limited because
Mm-hmm.
it's not common.
No, it's not common.
So
No, 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 no.
one of the other things we're having issues with water now.
Again?
Well, as far as our city is not like equipped to deal with it. Not even just city, state is not equipped to deal with that with the
No,
weather.
I
So
want to ask you this though
we get
because
pipes that burst quick, and like
I get it. I
we was
totally
good up
get it.
until really today when I got home. I was like, oh yeah, the water didn't work. So,
But
but it was working the whole weekend.
this is a black place,
Jackson,
right?
yes,
Okay.
but it's not just
I mean,
Jackson in
really, the
this
majority
situation.
of Mississippi,
No,
you're gonna have your you got
no. We had this debate before.
you
The
got your
majority of the city
suburban
isn't black.
pockets.
No, it's not suburban pockets. It's just not. We're not the majority here yet. I mean, it's
Wait,
close to
wait,
switching times,
wait. The
but
state of Mississippi is not majority black.
no, it's not. It isn't.
I want to look that up.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
You got
I
your internet machine in front
got
of you.
my
You go
internet
do your
machine.
thing.
You know I do.
You got your internet machine. It's not. If it is, it shocks the hell out of me that it would be. But I think we had this conversation before. It's not majority black. It is what it is. But yeah. So that's how my week been going on. They canceled work for me yesterday. They had us going today, and that goes to tell you these corporations don't give a damn about the common man. Because like I said, you can barely drive on the
This is a
roads.
weird breakdown, but so we're clear. The census from 2021, 36.1% of Mississippi residents were Black African. A further 56.1% of population were white, and 5.1% were two or more races, which is weird because
One
you know
drop
that
rule.
Hispanic people do a little. They do weird stuff.
Yeah,
But
they can go
36,
whichever way they want.
yeah, but
But no,
36% is a big. That's a for the grander scheme of things, right? When you start to think about black places
yeah,
in the
I said the
world,
numbers are
30,
becoming
yeah,
close.
36 that's a
They're
damn
coming
good thing.
close.
Yeah, that's
But
damn good.
it's still majority Caucasian.
Okay.
Which is
But we're gonna have in our like in Jackson, that's black. That's probably gonna be 99% black. Hmm?
yeah, ninety
Okay.
percent black, something like that.
Something like that. Okay, cool. Go ahead. What's our first topic? Oh no, you was talking about finishing up your week.
Oh yeah, so that was that with the like I said, we're still
The
living with
water
that
burst. Yeah.
now.
Y'all
Our
don't have
water
water
should
right
be
now.
right this second. It's really
Is
slow.
it
Our
your
water pressure is low.
community? Is it the whole community doesn't have water?
Well, so starting yesterday, it was my neighbor. My neighbors around me, our neighbors across the street didn't have water, and we pretty much said, "Oh, that's y'all fault because y'all didn't drip y'all faucets. You got to drip the faucets when it's this
I
cold, so
don't
they
know
won't
nothing
freeze
about.
up."
I don't know that. I don't know nothing about that. I'm a New Yorker, family.
Okay,
I'm a New Yorker.
my bad. Yeah, so when it is cold, you got to leave your faucets dripping throughout the house. So we attributed it to like, "Yo, y'all didn't do that." But we even helped the neighbor out and gave them let them fill up with water and do their thing. But when I got home today, it was off. So
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it's
Okay.
cool. Like we still gonna be able, like it's just slow pressure. So we're gonna be able to shower. It's just
But
gonna
it's
be
trash. It's one of those trash showers.
yeah, it's gonna be one of those. But
See,
I mean, I think it'll be decent.
Jada
She in the
J would
South.
know. You would know.
She
I'm
in the
about to say
South.
you would know that, but you didn't know that growing
Yeah,
up
growing
because
up we didn't
our
know, but
grandparents never
we also
dripped
used to
nothing.
get our oil delivered for heat. Like I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to put an AC in the window or no shit like that.
Go ahead, Mr. Central Air.
Central
Yeah,
air,
come on,
stuff like
everything.
that. Just flip
Listen,
them a
listen. Don't
button. But
start on me too. Don't
I'm
start on
not
them too
starting.
hard.
I'm just
Don't
saying,
start on them too
demographic
hard.
differences or whatever. But
Okay,
that's
listen.
neither here nor there. This window
Go
is
ahead.
cold.
Go
This
ahead, man.
window's cold as shit.
We gotta start the show because we ain't gonna be here. We ain't gonna be here for a long time. We're gonna be here for a good time.
Yeah, my bad. I know this sounds bad, but I'm closing my window.
I don't know what he's doing right now. My man is all over the place.
I'm gonna tell you what it be, man. My house gets really like so. The house gets warm, like kind of. But I'm gonna tell you what it really is. The rooms get hot, but like the bigger part of the house doesn't. It takes a while.
JB, you
So
fronting, bro. Nah, we never used to have to get the hot. Only once the pilots was not once we wasn't paying.
no, I mean you have to do that. You have to do that for heat, and where we
Yeah,
were,
but we
like
had
you have
like
to get the.
2 gallon things outside our crib. I don't know if people do that anymore.
No, I
Remember
mean
that
I don't know. We used to
outside
have to
my
get the
crib we used to have the
Sloman
two.
used to deliver oil,
No
so
doubt, but it was like
ours
two
was
big
underground.
drums type thing. No, ours was back in Belgrave. A lot of people had them like on the side of their
Yeah, ours was
house. You remember that growing up?
underground at 8 Belgrave. So
Was it?
yeah,
Yeah, mine wasn't. You remember when before you walked in my side door, the door everybody walked in, there was two huge diesel tanks right there.
yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it's common. Either way, we off topic.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
That was
Go
my week.
ahead.
Weather, fucking football, playoffs was crazy. Playoffs was crazy. Some teams lost.
Yeah,
Your
she
team
right.
was your team in the
Yes,
playoffs? No, right? None of my teams in the playoffs.
nobody's team, none of our teams, our whole conglomerate, none of our teams made it. It's a rough
I
year.
mean, it is what it is.
It's a rough year.
You got
Jets,
shout outs?
Giants, Chargers. Yeah, none of us made it. I'm gonna say, do I have shout outs? You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, because I don't have
We
any.
could do that, JB. Shout out to the Ravens because I'm more importantly, and this was one of my shout outs. I wanted to shout out since my brother's kind of on a telekinetic type of vibe. I was gonna shout out one of my shout outs tonight was shout out to Lamar Jackson, man, for continuing to push the formula forward for black quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right? A man about to win his second MVP. And for the longest, people told us that position couldn't be done by Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest
Yeah, exactly. Said we didn't have the mental capacity.
Exactly. And I mean, even if y'all want a good book to read, what was the book? God damn, Third and Long. A book called Third and Long. You got a lot of athletes from the 60s talking about their struggles getting into quarterbacking, and a lot of white coaches tell them they need to be cornerbacks. And so a good book that discusses that and gives you real world perspective is Third and Long. So if you want to check that out, check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Lamar Jackson. Shout out to the people that beat the Cowboys. I'm not a.
Whoa,
I'm
what
not
was
a.
that about?
I'm coughing and shit. I've been
But I'm
having
saying, why shout out to the people who beat the Cowboys? What the Cowboys do to you?
I mean, it's not, and I want to clarify. I want to clarify this because it's not a sports podcast, but it needs to be said. Cowboys fans are kind of obnoxious.
Yeah,
right? Cowboys fans are kind of obnoxious, and to see them, this is not a sports podcast, like I said, but to see them take an L.
And we two brothers that be chopping it up.
We do, but to see them take an L in a game that everyone picked them, they was definitely supposed to win. They're at home, 16-game home winning streak, and to see them just to shit it up like that was funny to me. So shout out to the Cowboys for providing the weekend entertainment.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I actually like that. A lot of people don't like that.
No, it's
I like
actually
that.
it's awful. It's awful.
I mean, everybody got their thing. Remember, Cam used to go ready. Everybody, quarterbacks got their thing. It is what it is.
Yeah, but that's not. I've never heard. That seems like some clout chasing shit. Because
I will say this. And you played the game. I played
the
game.
Go. We
For someone who's played center, it makes a difference. Because it's a lot of talking coming from all angles, different sides. So sometimes it's hard to distinguish your quarterback's voice and cadence. So that lets you know, okay, that's him. Here we go.
That doesn't sound like a reason to change cadence because I think.
No, I'm just saying it helps. I didn't say change. It just helps. It's something to distinguish. Like I get it.
Okay. Listen,
I'm not mad at it.
I don't understand, and I'm not. I've never been I've been a quarterback, but I've never been a center. So I mean, maybe it is beneficial to you folks.
Like I had a quarterback. One thing he used to do a bunch of claps beforehand. Like a lot of people go on a clap. Mm-hmm. So I know he's about to do it here. That let me know. All right, he about to give me his clap. Pause. That's crazy.
Which clap?
He just that let me know he's about to snap the ball. Y'all getting an audio, visual thing, visual thing.
Okay. So competitive, repetitive, continuous claps means I'm about to give you that one solid clap. That means snap the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it a that's fine.
Yeah. So
like I said,
it's different things. But shout out to the Cowboys, bro.
Yeah.
For bringing me joy.
Eagles too, because Eagles too. They were high this year, and a lot. I don't like.
But that fan's not obnoxious.
No, they're not. But it's a lot of black quarterbacks. They kind of shit on Jalen Hurts, and that man, for what a lot of people don't understand this year, whatever injured, not injured, that man plays his ass off for the city of Philadelphia.
Pretty much all black quarterbacks in the playoffs.
I mean, not all, because I feel like Dak gets a certain level. We don't got to get into the racial. He is black, but he's not treated like Lamar and Jalen.
No, he actually gets shitted on a lot because everybody thinks Dak is trash.
You think so?
Everybody but Cowboys fans thinks, and now most Cowboys fans think Dak is trash.
Not during the regular season.
Everybody says.
For the 4 months that
you over in the AFC, you don't be hearing the hot takes on
for the 4 months that that they're hot, that the NFC Cowboys are hot, they're good, bro. They won 12, 13 games this year.
I mean, that's every year. They've been doing that since Tony Romo.
All right, well then, fine. Cowboys fans are in a cycle, a vicious cycle.
Yeah, since '93.
But they love them. There's a love there in the regular season. They're talking about Lamar's not the MVP right now, which is like who was the MVP if not him, right? Best team, best player on the best team.
Lamar, right? Maybe C.J. Stroud.
You could give it to C.J., but I wouldn't.
Because the Texans was trash for years.
Yeah, expansion franchise, bro. Expansion franchise.
And he came and got him to the playoffs and a win. Jared Goff is not black. He's in the playoffs.
He's definitely not. But you said all the quarterbacks in the playoffs are black?
I was trying to think about which ones wasn't, but Jared Goff.
You got Brock Purdy's not black. Those might be the only two.
That's really the only two. Except Stafford was in the playoffs and he lost.
There's 8 teams left. So you got Purdy, Stafford.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is a white boy. That's 3. I think that's it.
Baker Mayfield, 4.
You got Baker's 4. Bella 4 black.
Okay.
So you got 4 versus 4. Look at that. All right.
Who you want to see? Who you want to see in the playoffs? I mean, when I go to Super Bowl.
It's a great question, man. I'm going to, again, it's not a sports podcast, but I would say I would love to see Lamar finish the job, or I would like to see Patrick continue what has been probably one of the greatest quarterback runs that we've ever seen.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
So if those two could play, right? Because they could play. No, they can't play.
No, they got to play. They got their meeting.
AFC championship. Yeah.
My 2, and then we're gonna move on. My 2 would be I would love to see the Lions and the Bills.
Why?
2 underdog, unexpected teams to go. Like that's something we haven't seen recently. I'm tired of just saying.
Detroit, I give you, but the Bills, I'm not going to give you.
Last time they've been in the Super Bowl, bro. And then I'm going to say the last time they was in the Super Bowl, they had lost 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah, was that Jim Kelly time.
Yeah, so
you got Josh Allen's career has been hindered by the Mahomes effect, though, right? Like that's
exactly. And
Patrick is Patrick, so like you can't never get there because you got Mahomes. And they go. Mahomes got to come to Buffalo this weekend, so this gonna be. I'm
excited about that game. I'm definitely excited about that.
That's a good one.
Let's get into the show. Before we get into our political stuff as well, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I got it from the We Ain't Done podcast. Shout out to the We Ain't Done podcast.
Shout out to them.
Love y'all.
I think they sent me the same question.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So the question was, if you won if you won the lotto for 150 mil, that's your payout after taxes. That's what you taking home.
Okay.
What would you give to your family, your siblings or your whoever?
Whatever they needed, which is why when I read the question, you're bringing it back to me. Because when I read the question, I was kind of like, bro, whatever they need. Like I just made.
So you wouldn't give a lump sum, or you just like, yo, y'all under the umbrella, y'all under the wing?
Nah, it's not even about being under my wing. I would give them enough to where it's not like if they're like, yo, I got a $5,000 bill, I'm gonna give you 5,600. So like when you need another 2 or 3, you're gonna come back to me. I would give them enough to be like, yo, here's this amount. This is what I got for you. Set yourself up, or let me set you up.
Okay.
Right.
So you don't have.
So it's not about. I don't. It wouldn't
You don't
be
have
like
no
a
lump sum.
control. I mean, if you wanted me to tell you a lump sum, I could give you a lump sum.
Yeah, what's the number? Give me a number.
Out of that, what's the amount again? 150 million?
150 mil.
Yeah, I would probably give each of my siblings at least 10, 15 mil.
10, 15 mil each. Okay, let's say 15. That's 30. That leaves you with 120.
Exactly.
I know. Baby boy Brent's gonna be set.
Come on, man. I mean, even if I give them 10 to 15 mil, they kids are set off the 10, 15 mil.
Yeah, I'm
you don't have to spend 10, 15 mil in a lifetime. That's not necessary.
It's tough to do. It happens, but it's tough to do.
Yeah. I mean, you want athlete time, you want to spend it on
some of their answers
chauffeurs.
was pretty funny as I listened to their show. I believe CC said off rip, I'm giving my mom half, and I'm splitting it up between my siblings, which was
that's not siblings though, so they can't answer questions they didn't ask. You didn't ask how much I would give to my mom. You asked how much I would give to my siblings.
No, I said family.
Oh, family in general. Yeah, I don't really got much. You know me, I don't got much family.
Yeah. So I think CC said half to her mom, and she's splitting up the rest with her siblings, and it turns out it would leave her with like 10 mil or 10 mil like between her and her siblings each, like they all get 10 mil. I'll be honest, I'm a little more selfish than that, because you mean to tell me I want 50 mil and I'm only getting 10 out of the deal? I can't do that. And her reasoning was valid. She was just like, yo, my mom is good with, investing and stuff like that, blah blah blah.
Why does she need to get half? What is your mother gonna do?
That was a number.
Yeah, but I'm asking the question. What is your mother gonna do with 70?
She would pretty much flip it to sum it up.
What is your mother? What is your mother gonna do?
I was listening to CC. So she said, her mother will just make it happen. She'll make it grow. Cool.
That's cool. That's not the split though. That's not splitting it like people need to be taken care of. That's like splitting it like I'm gonna get a return, right?
She just said I'm gonna give her my mom 70.
We gotta get on there because they just be saying shit.
No, I believe them when they said it.
We gotta get on there.
He was a little interesting. He was like, yo, I'll give
that's your family.
He said I'll give my brothers and sisters like 10,000 each or something like that.
10,000.
She said so they could quit their job right then and
10,000 let you quit your job.
I'm gonna tell you something. You give me 10,000, that's not enough. I thought she said 250,000, or it might have been 200,000. I don't remember.
The kid's drunk. It
might have been 200. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to listen to it again.
10,000, yeah, listen to it again.
It might have been 200,000.
If Kikavelli joins tonight, we'll have to ask her because 10,000 is the wildest. That's the wildest number ever.
Pretty much to sum it up, she was gonna give them enough to quit their job right then. She said she's gonna give her parents.
It's gonna have to be a mill, and that's not forever, but a mill could hold you over. And you can quit for 5 years.
And then if they want something like she had set them up with a house and paid for it. So she got I'm gonna take you under the wing type,
bullshit.
Under the umbrella type.
Yeah,
I respect it. She got that controlling energy.
I don't respect it because that ain't.
Listen, everybody entitled to their opinion.
That's fine. So
if
I want 150 million, I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna get with 10 stacks. Like, bro, that's my brother. He shouldn't have to want for anything, let alone want to have to contact me to get something that he needs. Like, we up. We up now, bro. We up. We don't gotta do that.
I got a lot of siblings and stuff.
You do.
My parents gonna be straight. I don't think it'll be like a huge some amount.
And Ray already took care of that. Ray, your parents are straight.
Yeah,
your parents are straight.
So for my parents combined, I give them like 10 mil. Like, yo, y'all can But
And
being
they
that they're my
won't spend.
parents, you're
They're not
good.
gonna spend that. They're
But
not. They're
even with
not. They're
that,
frugal.
even
They're
even
frugal
if you
people.
do whatever you need, just hit me up. You ain't really got to spend your 10 mil if you don't want to.
No doubt.
Hit me up. My siblings, I'm with the whole. Let's see, I got 150. I give my parents 10. That's 140.
Oh, you broke it down.
My siblings probably get 10 each. That's
Okay.
another 40.
Yeah.
They probably won't get 10 each. They probably get about 7 each.
10
I'm
million.
not.
10,
Yeah,
7, 7, 10. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Millions. Okay, cool.
Just enough to be straight.
Yo,
I got my.
7 million is more than enough to be okay. You'll be all
Yeah,
right.
that's a fact. That's a fact. They straight now. They'll be under the. Hey, bro, listen. I gave you 7 mil.
Yeah.
You
No, I'm
can't
not
keep
about
hitting
to.
me up.
Yeah, no. If
Of course,
something
my
like
extended family.
I might help
I
you, but
got
nah, I'm not about to.
certain family members outside of my siblings that's going to be taken care of. They know. Probably 2 to 3 mil each, but they'll still be under the brand, under the. We gonna set. We smart. We can move smart enough to set up investment stuff,
All right. Well,
and we gonna make that bread together.
that's
You
brilliant.
straight, Josh Jada, they straight. You know the vibes.
That's
So
brilliant.
it's some people that know. Of course, me and my family straight. We for 150 mil. That means I gotta go play
It's
lotto.
gonna be
It's
love,
gonna
man. Move on.
be love. But let's get into this stuff, man. Let's not be on too long tonight. Let's not be here too late. Let's not keep everybody too long. What you want to get into, bro? I didn't really have.
I'm gonna
No
start.
shout out for myself.
I'll start with this because I think it needs to be said. And I had a great conversation with a person that is of value to me and happens to be Caucasian. But shout out to my brother MLK. Right, we're coming off Martin Luther King
Gonna say
Day.
he's not Caucasian.
Yeah, I understand Martin Luther
Oh,
King is
Lord,
not
say.
Caucasian. Thank you, brother. Thank you for
My
that
bad.
tidbit.
I was just
Again,
hey.
I was
You know.
speaking with a Caucasian friend of mine, a colleague. I don't know if I would even call him a colleague, but
Mm-hmm.
a Caucasian person who I feel is enlightened enough to understand racism, and they had an interesting perspective about Martin Luther King, which I've seen online for years, and I never
Okay.
thought they would have this perspective. But the perspective of using, especially white people,
Mm-hmm.
using Dr. King's name as a peace offering when bad things happen to black people. And so I'm not crazy. Just answer me this. You've seen this before, right?
Of
When
course.
shit goes totally left for us, now it's time for everybody to start quoting Dr. King about how peace
Yeah.
and
And Rodney
nonviolence is
King,
the way.
Dr. King and Rodney King.
Okay, we can go with either one. But
Can't
my
we
point is
all
this:
just get along?
it was shocking to me, and there's a question that stems from it, but it was shocking to me to see this person kind of placate this liberal mindset
Mm-hmm.
and look to me with gleaming eyes as if I was supposed to be happy that they were quoting the nonviolent and peace of Dr. King.
Facts.
And so it's not the first time it's happened to me, but it's the time. This is a time where it's happened with someone of note, someone in my life that I value their opinions, but they were really on that. During George Floyd, Dr. King would have said, "Come in peace," and they were really giving me that energy where it's like, if you think you can use Dr. King as a scapegoat for racism, and this is the conversation,
Yeah.
if you think you can use Dr. King as a scapegoat, I'm on my Dr. Umar shit. Let me repeat it one time for you. If you think you can use
Yeah. Shout out to
Dr.
that brother.
King on some scapegoat shit and expect to guilt black people into feeling like we need to somehow acquiesce to some mythical, because let's just be clear. The image of Dr. King is created to a certain degree for those who haven't read books and done the research. That image is created by the society we live in, which is white supremacist racism, right? Like that image is created by them. So my question to you is, how do you address those people when you see those things online, when you see those things happening? Is it as bothersome to you? It wasn't to me
I mean,
until
so
this incident.
it depends on. I'm gonna tell you this. It depends on what kind of day I'm having.
But shout out to MLK.
Shout
And
out
I know there's
to
Malcolm X
MLK.
back there. I know I'm a proponent of this.
Listen.
I'm a
I was about to
proponent
say,
here.
depending
I'm
on
a
how my day
proponent here.
going, because I
Yeah,
might reply well. I'm more of a fan of Malcolm X.
some of us
Or
are.
or if
Some
I'm
of
in
us
the
are.
mood to like really entertain without shutting it down immediately, I'll let them know. Then you didn't really study MLK.
Yeah, you didn't get it.
I mean, yes, he used peaceful protest, but like I said, one of my favorite things I learned was his letter to the clergy when he was in the Birmingham jail, and he was pretty much like, "Yo, let us protest peacefully because the other side of it is, blood will run through the streets."
Or when he
So
said straight up, "I'm coming to get that check."
that too, and the other MLK said, "We coming and we coming to get that check." So it just depends. I really don't. I ignore it coming from certain people. Just like, come on, like, why are we doing this? Like, and we're well beyond that.
Most
We're
people
well
do.
beyond. Well, and what I mean by we're well beyond that, like, yo, you doing it to disarm me. I don't want to be disarmed. I want to be heavily armed right now. So, I need to stay on 10 toes, ready to go. So, it depends.
So
It honestly depends.
the second piece of that story is this person that I've known for a little while now, through our profession, doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Has really come to white fragility and really has been like, I don't want to speak. The way you talked about it or the way you articulated it makes me feel that there's a militancy, and they use that word militancy to your
Okay.
to your thought process. And
Okay.
so I
So
wanted
what's
to
the
get
problem?
your thought process, because
You want to
let's
get
be
my thought
clear.
process on
Yeah,
it?
I wanted to get your
I
thoughts on
mean,
Monday is Martin Luther King Day, and I think liberal or white folks in a certain way want to celebrate that a certain way, but they don't want to talk about the other side of it.
I mean,
Or
it's that simple.
why
So as
or
far
the
as
other
them
part,
saying there's a
hold on,
certain,
hold on. The fact that there was a necessity for Dr. King
yeah.
at
So
all,
I,
like
I'm
period
gonna
at all.
start by saying this. If they're shocked that there was a certain what was it, militancy,
Militancy.
a certain militancy with you that lets you know that they didn't really know you to begin with, or you might put up a veil because you're professional,
Come on,
so you
code
might wear,
switching. We all do it.
yeah, you might code switch, but then secondly, that's somebody you might not need to be involved with anyway if they don't understand or respect that the things you stand strong on. Like they say these things to you and I've experienced. They feel like they get comfortable saying these things to you because you don't always show them that other side. Like, nah, I don't play about that.
Yeah.
So when you do show it to them, like, yo, nah, I don't play about that. Like, this stuff is not funny to me. Like, you want to tell your little black jokes here and there because you got comfortable with me. I'm not cool with that. So when I address it, when I check it, hey,
And I
you
want to
know,
be clear. I want to be clear because what you said is important. The black joke part is a part of, I think, the evolution of our relationship as a society between black and white folks. But the people that I run into the most, it isn't the black joke. It's the intellectual that wants to show you that militancy or the Black Liberation Army or the Black Panther movement, those things weren't necessary because Dr. King showed you that nonviolence has been the way. So
we
you didn't
were
need the Black Panthers.
enslaved with whips and chains.
You didn't need a
Like,
Stokely Carmichael,
what are
right? You
you
didn't need those
talking
people.
about? No, I don't. I'm not. I don't even reply to dumb stuff like that. And not calling your friend dumb. I don't mean not. But I'm just saying I don't reply to
But it's not
that
dumb
ideology.
because
And
the breakdown of it is not dumb. It's not dumb because and I think this is a brilliant
I don't. I
segue.
don't. I don't like people being
All right.
willfully ignorant.
Okay.
I don't like when you choose to ignore like certain things that's going on. Like these aren't stuff. These aren't things we're making up in our head. Like you see it on the news on a regular
Apparently, it's
basis. You're
two
seeing
million of
stories.
us. Yeah, it's 2 million
Men
of
were
us.
being hung in trees. Like, yo, what do you? And this was in the 2020s. So what are we talking about? Like you acting like, don't act like it's not. Don't. It's cool if you don't want to speak on it. But when I speak on it, don't say, "Oh well, no," because this isn't happening. No, it is.
I
Fuck
understand
out of
your
here.
I understand your point, and as a person, and I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to it because I'm always going to show you grace. That's something we promote in this podcast. That's
Yep.
something I promote in my life. So if you don't know and you want to promote nonviolence to me in moments of turmoil or adversity or violence against us, again, I think a lot of people know I'm a proponent of that guy, not Brother
So
Malcolm. So
here's one thing I know, and it's not. Let's say we take the whole, oh well, black people need to be nonviolent, blah blah blah. One thing I know is when somebody's all riled up in a mood. You all right? Okay.
mm-hmm.
When somebody's all riled up and in the mood, one of the worst things to do is tell them, "Yo, calm down." Like, no, don't calm me down. Like, don't do that. So it's the same thing.
No, your
If I
family is big on that. That's not just you. Your family, all your
like,
family.
don't tell me
Every
calm
time,
down.
yeah, all your family is kind
If
of
I
like, yeah,
so
nah.
no, all right. Here's how it is with me. If I'm not actively choking somebody to sleep, don't tell me to calm down because that means I'm being calm. I may be frustrated. I
You
may
remember that night in the hotel? Was you still awake when that whole thing went down with Sheem at that event that we was
uh,
at together?
yeah, I had
Yeah,
passed out.
okay, cool.
Uh, that was the wedding. That was at the
Yeah,
wedding.
she
I
was
had
on
passed out.
10. She was
Yeah,
on
but
10 with some
so
guests.
I
And
can I can show that I can make it visibly known that I'm frustrated and I'm dealing with it. And if I'm not actively getting active, don't
hold
tell me calm down. Wait till I'm finished and be like, okay, how can we resolve this? That'll calm me down quicker than, hey, whoa, calm down. No,
okay, I
I'm
don't know
pissed off.
much.
I don't want to calm down.
I get it, and I don't know much about the Palestinian conflict. I know a little bit about a little bit, but I don't want to come in. But
Palestinian, what?
I'm saying
Oh,
that is
oh,
yeah, like the war, like the murders
yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bombings and stuff
Yeah,
that's
I just
going
don't
on
know where
right
that
now.
came from, bro.
Yeah, but I think that's the point of certain people is that certain people have been harmed for so long, and now that they're starting to retaliate, people now you want to stop the violence, which I can't.
If I
I'm not gonna
got a
say that
comment.
I don't understand. I don't have a comment, but I'm not gonna
No,
say
I
I
was
don't
reading the
understand.
comment.
Okay, I'm not gonna say I don't understand that standpoint because Black Americans have gone through that their whole lives. It's like we want to be peaceful, we want to
Yeah,
get along, we want to
we
get along,
shall
we want to be peaceful.
overcome. You can still you
And
shot up you ran up in the church and shot a bunch of people,
but
but
when did
we'll
the
still invite you to
change? But
prayer.
when did the change come? Once we set shit on fire.
Remember, if you remember, like I think it was Killer Mike that said yes, like Dr. King peacefully protested, but he still had people around him who would set it off, like the deacons of defense and stuff like that. So the threat of violence is what really like got people in line,
It wasn't even
not
a
the
threat.
fact.
It wasn't even a threat of
No,
violence. There was
no,
violence. There was
yeah,
real violence.
exactly. There was
It
yeah,
wasn't a
you
threat.
might
It was
see the
violence.
cameras on Dr. MLK and his people walking down the street peacefully, and I'm
Nah,
for
it
it.
was violence.
But
It was
all
violence.
around, hell was
Yeah, it
breaking
was
loose.
violence.
You feel me?
It
So
was violence.
they want us to be peaceful and calm, and okay, I'm gonna do it this way while you punch me in the face. Nah, I can fight back now.
Shout
I'm
out,
good.
shout out to MLK, and I
Shout
think that
out
brings
to
me
MLK because he withstood a lot, and shout out to the people that walked on his side.
no
It
doubt.
was like Jesus and Peter. You feel me? I think it was Peter. I could
I
be
don't
wrong.
know. All right, we're
When
going
they came
religious on
to arrest them,
religious.
Peter took out the sword and cut off somebody's ear. Like, yo, what's good?
I'm going to say,
It,
and,
it,
and and this is a segue for me.
um,
So Dr. Martin Luther King Day is what, January 15th,
it was
right?
yeah,
Monday.
we celebrated it Monday.
And so on that same day, you got Trump who won the Iowa caucus, which is a huge deal, right, for Republicans. Like you
Yeah,
got DeSantis, you got Haley, the Nikki Haley lady, you got the Indian brother, the Vivek
I mean
guy,
Trump gonna get
and
votes.
Trump smashes it. And so it wasn't lost on me that on the same day, especially Caucasian people are telling us about peace and celebrating what they presume is a peaceful man. And on that same day, you got Donald Trump winning a very important caucus vote and,
I
and
mean,
possibly going to be our next president. And so it's not lost on me that you can't, my point to society is you can't have it both ways. You can't have Trump smash the rest of your Republican candidates, who is probably one of the most deplorable human beings I've ever had the pleasure to witness. I don't know if there's a worse human being that I've ever, especially in politics. Come on. And we've had some demons in
yeah.
politics, but this dude, one of the worst. On that same day that you're celebrating an icon, our country is there's a very large percentage who's still voting for that.
Yeah, and then there's still a percentage who don't celebrate MLK Day and they rather call it Robert E. Lee Day.
Yeah,
So that's something I learned being here in Mississippi.
that's
So
right. And so Robert E. Lee is a Confederate general, for those of you who don't know, right? We're talking about celebrating some people who were attempting to literally have, they talk about sending us back to Africa. The Confederates were literally talking about breaking up the United States as you
yeah,
know
that's
it.
a fact.
We're not, right? We're not. This is not, and I think this is lost on a lot of people. Robert E. Lee can't have a day.
No, he don't
He's
deserve one.
a he's a Confederate
He's a traitor.
who's exactly. And for the life of me, the people who one of my mentors, Malcolm, he was an American. He preached American values. He never sought to simply tear America in half or secede. Right, the secession of certain states, that was never the
That's
goal.
crazy. When we get pissed off throughout history, we still talk about American values. Even in MLK, I had a dream speech. Didn't he mention we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal? He put that in his speech. But that's from what, the Constitution?
I mean, there are
It's crazy.
many pretty flowery words in the Constitution that we were not privy to or subject to initially, especially initially.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, we still want to hold up the American standard and American dream when we get pissed off. We just want to be treated equal, and that's interesting. One thing I did do though, I had a house full of kids this weekend, but I made them all tell me like, "Yo, give me an MLK fact," because I'm learning, the whole critical race theory, and they don't teach this stuff in school no more.
Or they're teaching it with a slant. They're teaching it with
so they had to give me an MLK. They had to give me an MLK fact this week. They still young. We're gonna ramp it up even more during Black History Month. We about to get crazy.
Let's go. What else you got? I did want to give a shout out to the first, and I seen an interesting post about any time these companies are posting, or these corporations or these organizations are posting about the first Black
Declaration of Independence. It was, my bad. I had to check it out.
Same thing. But anytime these corporations or organizations are posting about the first Black anything, I feel like our community, your ears should perch up, because this is 2024. How are we still in an age where we're getting the first Black? So shout out to Gerard Mayo, who's about to take control of
the New England Patriots.
Boston, no, but it needs to be said that this is in Boston.
Yeah.
And again,
Massachusetts.
I want to get ahead of on ADP. We're ahead of the curve, and so there's been stories upon stories over the athletic years that city doesn't necessarily resonate with persons of color.
Absolutely. I mean, what, they got a heavy like Irish influence or something like that?
The point is, I mean, there's some Italian. There's a lot. There's a lot. But the point is, shout out to Gerard Mayo for probably taking following up one of the greatest coaches, let alone that he's white. Yeah. Right? Following up probably the greatest coach in NFL history. Following that up in that city as a Black man, I can't do nothing but respect it. And I wish and I hope that brother nothing but success, but I'm not going to sit here and act like that ain't a tough job. That's tough.
Absolutely.
That's tough.
Absolutely.
Tough. I want to see him successful.
And granted, like from what I know, like it was set up that way when he signed on. Like, when you're signing on,
I heard that.
When Bill leaves, you'll be the.
They
guy.
drafted him, right? So he played there. He is. If any Black man could be intrinsically embedded into that system of New England, it would be him, right? They drafted him. He won Super Bowls, right? Like it seems like a good fit. But I've heard, and I don't want to put
interesting question.
I've heard too many stories about that city not necessarily welcoming Black folks.
If he's not, this is a comment. If he's not successful, what's going to be the narrative?
Niggers can't coach.
I don't think that'll be the narrative, because you got Mike Tomlin, Todd Bowles.
It ain't many. You got a handful.
Buffalo. I mean,
we're still fighting for this.
We're definitely still fighting for this. But I think especially being as New England, the narrative would be the same of it was Tom Brady the whole time. That's why they had their run or whatever.
That's cute to say, but you can't have the reality. You can't have one without the other. So for those who think that, you can't. Tom Brady's nothing without Bill.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You can't.
If you know the game, you know the game.
You can't have one without the other.
No, shout out to that brother. I hope he does well. I hope he does well. With
D'Amico.
Oh yeah!
Shout out to D'Amico. Yeah. He's another brother.
Yeah. In Houston with the Texans.
It's better for D'Amico though in Houston.
Yeah, he in Houston. They had a year of posting comic for Houston go crazy.
No.
Houston, Tracy?
I've been around Houston. No, I don't think
Houston go for it.
I've
Houston's
never been
fire,
in
bro.
the
We gotta do a
vibe of
girls
Houston,
trip.
which I would
We gotta
like
do a
to. I would
girls
like to be in there.
trip. Let's go to Houston, bro.
But the point is,
Get you some strange.
D'Amico could be okay in Houston. He was drafted by them. They had just drafted what I thought was a really good quarterback, right? Like the politics of blackness for D'Amico and the politics of blackness for Gerard Mayo.
It's too different.
That's a hell of a conversation to have in a year and a half. That's a
Yeah,
hell of a conversation
like I said,
to
I
have
hope
in
the
a year
brother
and a
does
half.
well there.
I want him to.
In
I
New
hope he
England.
kills it. I hope he kills it.
I got a question. Nah, I'm gonna save it for another day because this conversation is gonna go on longer.
I'll say what you got.
Nah, it was gonna be a question.
I did
Off to the side.
I did want to mention before because we are going to wrap this up soon. But I did want to mention the tunnels in New York that wasn't lost or missed. I don't know if we missed it last week because
We mentioned it, but we said we were gonna wait for more information to come
and
out. More
surprise,
information came out.
I don't know if it's really coming out. I mean, I didn't see mattresses being pulled out of holes. The story has taken on something really crazy, and if I'm being honest, I don't see the main media coverage of it. I haven't seen the main media coverage of this.
It was popular for a day, but now they're saying it's linked to like drug trafficking and all
Okay,
that.
listen,
They're
I've heard
getting
a lot of
crazy
things,
over
and
there.
I've heard a lot of things, and I'm not here to judge them one way or the other. But I am here to say that it is strange, and I can't, as a black person, I can't help but think if it was black people under a Baptist church with tunnels,
it'd be crazy. It'd get crazy.
I'm not. Listen,
I mean,
I'm just saying.
we gotta let this story unfold. We gotta.
We're trying to, but it seems that the unfolding has stopped.
We're gonna do some deep diving.
I'm not saying nothing about nobody else's community. I love everybody, but it seems that this was.
You know what you're saying, and it's true. But we're not gonna.
I'm not saying it's true because I don't understand how people dig tunnels under New York City. I've been in New York City. For those of you who haven't spent, I've spent time there. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how it's possible. Okay, yeah, we don't have enough information. You're right.
Other news: R. Kelly's being sued, or they filed a suit against him for promoting a mass shooting or something like that.
I think you sent it to me. I'm not really a fan of. Keep the R. Kelly thing. Listen, y'all got him. Right? Y'all got him. Y'all got him. Y'all got him. Like, what are we talking about right
now? Just R. Kelly's being sued, bro. Like it's like you said, y'all got him already. Y'all.
Trust me, he ain't got no money, right? The money he had. I mean, I'm not gonna say
there you go. R. Kelly claims he had no knowledge of $10.5 million lawsuit filed against him over alleged mass shooting threat. I cannot read or understand words beyond that of a grade schooler. Which now that's a bigger part of it.
No, it's not. The story is stupid.
Because I don't think I don't know if he's trolling by saying that or if he even said it.
It doesn't matter. He's trying to get out of prison. That's what I would chalk it up as. He's trying to say and do whatever he needs to do to get the hell out of prison.
I mean, even with that, because he's there. He's not going anywhere.
I wouldn't say that. I don't know. Money and power can influence things.
He don't have it.
I wouldn't think he does either. But I would say the R. Kelly story is dead to me because, again, to me, I feel like certain people use it as a divisionary tactic. Mm-hmm. Like if I say R. Kelly's music is cool, then all of a sudden there's y'all are trying to pit me against
R. Kelly.
Yeah, y'all are trying to pit me against black women as if because I can listen to R. Kelly's music, then I don't care about sisters. And R. Kelly is a touch point right now that I think black people need to leave in 2023. We're done. We're moving forward from that. Y'all got him. Do I believe that he did some? Yeah,
we got him.
Do I believe that he did some foul things to girls? I do think that he overstepped his boundaries. Do I think that was all the things that they said? Do I believe R. Kelly hog ties people? I'm not gonna. Okay, that's tough for me to. How would an R&B singer? Unless you're talking about this dude as a serial killer, and now we're getting into some whole other shit. But I don't know if R. Kelly, the R&B singer, hog ties people. That doesn't seem plausible to me. Is he looking to have sex with groupies, and one of those groupies happen to be underage, and he might have known about that? You could sell me on that. Could you tell me that he hog tied his fiance and put her in a base? I don't. I don't
I
know if that's
mean, we
true.
don't kink shame.
Yeah, I don't
So
know. I don't know.
we
We
don't
don't
kink
what?
shame. We don't
I
kink
mean,
shame.
unless they're
So it's
underage,
yeah, if they're
yeah.
underage for sure. But you said fiance. I would like to think she was of age and she was his
I think
fiance.
we don't even know, but I feel like I'm not gonna let society use R. Kelly to demean or push a division narrative amongst
No.
black men and
Here's
black
something
women.
you said,
That's
and I
what's gonna
forgot you
happen.
sent
That's
it
not
though.
cool.
Pretty much DJ Vlad calls out
Wait,
Taraji P.
wait. Before you get that, read that
Which
comment.
one?
The comment was, I can't see the last one.
One of them was that man, the king of R&B. That's like saying I'm not watching episodes of the Cosby Show. The other one, he did foul things to minors. However, the parents should be in a pound right with him.
He did foul things to minors.
I just read that.
Okay, he's in the okay. I just want to make sure it's the right one. You know, I got bad. Okay, fine. All right. He did foul things. What is the because really if you get into it, they charged him with the Mann Act, which
Yeah.
is there's some deep roots when you start to talk about that piece of law.
I mean, he's it, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be, but he's in prison for what he did. And as far as talking about him, it's just like, yo, listen,
I'm
what
not
else
gonna
is to
crucify
be said about it?
I'm not gonna crucify R. Kelly
No,
for
I mean, I am, but it's just like, yo,
no.
but we already said that. We already,
The
bashed
man is
that. Yeah.
doing the time for the crime. I mean, some could argue that he's doing more time than he should have to do because of who he was and some of
I
the
mean,
narrative that's been
he's a
handed.
pervert. Cool. I mean, not cool, but like I said,
So do
we
you
talked about
believe?
that early
Do
23,
you
really
believe
probably
that you
22.
should lock up black men for the crime that they committed? Right. So I don't know the numbers, and I don't want to get into it, but I do want to make this point. If the cost of the penalty of being a pervert is 10 years, do you feel okay with them giving R. Kelly 25 years? Is that cool to you?
I think he got that much time for the amount of people it was. Like,
Okay.
it wasn't just
Again,
one person.
yeah.
But once again, like he's already doing the time. He probably will never see the light of day again. Um, like I said, I'm not gonna keep on. Like, I thought the lawsuit was interesting.
There are a few.
Saying he inspired, pretty much threats of a mass shooting when we had the president of the United States cause whatever. Never mind.
Listen, grabbing pussy is not the same
No, I
as
wasn't even talking about that.
let's go.
I'm talking about causing the Capitol to be stormed,
Yeah,
bro.
January 6th was tough, but go
Yeah,
ahead, get into that next topic
oh,
so we
that
can go
that
ahead and.
did just pass, and we didn't even talk about it on the day. That's crazy.
I don't think it
Whatever.
was. I don't think it was a day, and I think a
Yeah, it
lot
should
of
have been
people were kind of.
brought up again.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people. I think a lot of people are trying to make it like a light of it. Like
Yeah,
I'm
trying to
not here to make light of what could have been the overthrow of our government.
Yeah,
like
Olympus
that.
is falling.
There is a real problem, and again, it goes back to our MLK Donald J. Trump points. This man he's at the top of the bill. He's at the top of the bill again. So he did that, and now he's at the top of the bill again. I'm not talking about what that means about him, because if y'all like to paint it as like, oh, Donald Trump is the devil.
Politicians, pimps, and what was the other one? Damn, it was 3 P's. Preachers.
Yeah, but Donald Trump is not the devil. That's my point. Donald Trump is not the devil. It's the millions of people that endorse him. Because I got to be honest with y'all. If you feel like Donald J. Trump is the problem, that means you feel like, oh, if he just wasn't there, then these things wouldn't exist.
That's
And that
not a bad question.
I need to let y'all know that's not the case. Donald Trump or no Donald Trump, you're gonna get this racism.
Cool.
Go ahead.
That's not a bad question, by the way.
Is
9/11 more important than January 6th?
More important is not.
I don't think it's a matter of what's more important. I think
that's a tough part.
9/11 was more catastrophic for sure. It was
people died.
I mean,
one person
hundreds of people
did die on January 6th.
One person died on January 6th, but hundreds of people, if not thousands, died.
And no, I would say 9/11 is a mark in our history that's that tragedy is. Let's hope
it was at a point in our history, and it always happens to us. We were at a point where we thought we couldn't be touched, and we were touched. and it
Yeah, I don't
was
even want to
great.
say that we
Yeah,
couldn't be touched. It's just that's a tough situation. I wouldn't even compare the two because they're not
yeah,
similar. They're not
at
similar in
all.
any way. I
But no, I want to get into this because I read it and then it made me. It's pretty much DJ Vlad says
Mhm.
he calls out Taraji P Henson for crying, complaining about being
Yeah,
underpaid. No
his
one wants
quotes
to
go
hear
crazy.
no one. I didn't read so I didn't get the whole
Mhm.
story, but I read this quote. No one
Mhm.
wants to hear a millionaire complain about money. She lives in a $6 million house. She is worth $12 million.
Yeah, he said that. That's the direct quote, that verbatim. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, culture vultures, man.
so
Shout out to Vlad for getting his money. I'm never a money hater, but like, yo, you're not gonna talk about the
I'm gonna
sister
say
like
this.
that. That's not cool.
I want Taraji P to get everything she deserves. She's an amazing actress with an amazing catalog and she deserves to get her
Oh,
bread.
you about to say some? You about to say some shit? You about to say some shit right now?
But
Go ahead.
the
Say it
idea
then.
of
If you want to say it, say it.
I don't want to hear rich people complain about getting more money. I get it. I,
You get it. Okay.
I get it.
Okay.
Like, and I'm not saying she does. Listen, once again,
Got some
I'm Team
understanding.
Taraji.
All right.
I'm Team Taraji. I'm Team Taraji, get your bread,
Aren't
queen.
we all?
Get what you deserve.
Aren't we all?
I'm
We wanted
behind
to have it all.
you.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, my everyday life, man, I don't like you're speaking numbers that I don't plan on seeing this year.
You don't see. You don't want to. You don't. You
Like
can't.
that's
You
I'm trying to
can't.
see
You can't
how
relate to living in a $6 million
I'm,
house.
I'm trying to see how I'm gonna pay for a wedding.
Ah,
And you feel me?
fiance
So hey,
shit.
yeah, I didn't
Mm,
get shout out to my fiance.
always.
But yeah, nah. Hey. My new thing I say now, I got a new thing I say now. I got it from Wayne. When there's some shit that I just ain't got nothing to say, shout out to Gucci.
Shout out to shout out my nigga Gucci.
Shout out to Gucci. That's my thing now. Like,
Now
yeah, I
that's
do some
real shit.
arguments,
That's
but
the
you just,
funny ass interview.
oh,
Shout out my nigga
shout out to
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
don't really have nothing to say. I'll add this about the Taraji and
Get your
Vlad's
bread, Queen.
comments.
I'm not knocking that. You deserve whatever you want.
Major kid.
It's not. I get what he's saying when he says that,
Major
but he's
kid.
also a pretty well off brother or
He's
whatever he
doing
is.
he's doing fine.
Okay, yeah.
Russian.
So
I think he's Russian.
I
I
think
would
he was
say that
just trolling
some
when saying that.
possibly, but I would say that sometimes the message could be valid, and I think that's what you're alluding to or getting to.
Yeah,
The message could be valid, but if it comes from a messed up messenger, the people don't want it.
yeah.
And this is one
So
of those times where, yeah, I think we talk about poverty and we talk about the middle class and the majority of us who are just trying to keep our heads above water. But when it comes from a guy like that who we've seen use our culture, well, we don't want to hear from you.
yeah, we don't hear from him either.
We don't want to hear from you. So even if what you say might have a hint of truth, we don't want you to tell that
Yeah,
truth.
no.
And especially because and the reason why we don't want to hear you tell that truth is because you don't understand why this sister is even
Yeah,
saying what
you
she's
don't
saying.
understand her plight, and that's
Exactly.
cool. But yeah, we don't want to hear you say it. Yeah, I might would have been more receptive if I heard somebody like JBP say it or something like that.
Exactly. And if they would have articulated it the right
Yeah,
way, understanding that she's coming from the 1 to 5%, when the rest of the 90% of us out here are like, yo, we trying to make it, and I don't care that you
I
got,
ain't got no running water right now, Shorty. Like, what you?
or I don't care that you got 4 million when maybe you should have got 10 million, when really maybe you should have got 50 million.
But you
Those are
still
numbers
talking
that,
about M's?
yeah,
Yeah,
like these are not like we don't. And again, yo, as an actress, she's had to climb all the nasty rungs. And again, that's why I think people are going to be sympathetic. And I think we mentioned it last week about saying, like, listen, sisters need their bread. Black female actress. Now Angela Bassett said it with her honorary, whatever she
yeah.
got.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Auntie.
So it's like this is not some made up thing. Sisters are struggling in this business and have been for a long time. And I think just now we are getting a breakout of sisters that are kind of starting to realize their financial potential. But go ahead and wrap it up, man. What you got for me?
I'm gonna wrap it up like this. I'm gonna wrap it up with a question for next week,
Okay.
and I want you to write it down and remember. It's going to be controversial. I already know.
Well,
Whatever.
this is recorded, so we'll just be able to go ahead and listen back.
I'm just saying it's going to listen. My question is going to be this right here, and I don't even want you to answer it now.
I won't. I'm gonna think about it.
When we talk about women and this era, and all that, we see all these women doing these things. Are women as evolved as they say they are on social media, or
That's a good question.
Or are they still out here getting knocked off by low-hanging fruit of the brothers that's out here?
This is a fantastic question. So this is an age-old question. Are the women of today as strong as their grandmothers? That's the question.
No. Are the women are they as involved as they say they are, or just bum ass dudes still clipping? That's it. Let's keep it that simple.
Yeah, but a bum ass dude can always put. That don't mean you can get. I don't want to put.
You ain't got to answer it now. Now we wrapping it up. That's my wrap up.
That's your question.
Is y'all shorties evolved, or y'all letting bums still clip?
Let's do that. Let's talk about that next week. That'll be topic numero uno.
I mean, we ain't got to spend a lot of time on it. That's
just. There's enough to spend time about. There's something to spend time about.
Just tune in because
there's something to spend time about because I don't. That's
a sexy rag.
The way you the way you worded that question, it's something to talk about. But I'll leave it for next week. You're right. Go put a pin in that one. My wrap up this week will be about Dr. Martin Luther King, and the greatness that man exuded throughout his life, and what he gave his life for. And my final point in my wrap up would be, let's remember who killed him. And let's remember why he was killed. And let's remember exactly what he was fighting for, in the months that he was killed. And my final question is, in this democracy, and for all those people who feel like we've come so far, and those of you who want to preach race progression, let me take you back to an idea or theory we had earlier in this podcast. On the day of celebration of Martin Luther King, a political party in our country in 2024 decided that Donald J. Trump is still one of the best candidates to do the job. And if that doesn't move you or force you to pose questions or
open your eyes in some way, shape, or form,
or make you think about something,
questions that make you say,
then get the hell out of this podcast. Don't listen to this no more.
That's a fact.
If that small little piece, that tidbit on January 15th doesn't make you scratch your chin just a little, then this is not the podcast for you. And for those family that we're talking to, you hear us. And on that note, this podcast is
all done. Peace and love.